Now I'm going to turn over the rest of this segment to one of our most captivating guests, who's been on this show for quite some time, wowing and entertaining audiences by telling it like it is. It's the bail bond queen herself. Michelle Esquenazi joins us right now. And hello, Queen. How are you?
Hey there, John. How are you today?
I'm doing all right. I mean, you know, when I get the rundown in the morning, and it's supposed to be all doctors, and then I see Michelle Esquenazi, I'm like, all right, I could deal with that. She's a doctor of bail bondsmanship. So
I am. I have a doctorate, actually, from the streets of Brooklyn.
You went to the school of hard knocks. So many people, and by the way, I asked Nico like every other day, how come we haven't had Michelle on? And he's like, we had her on the other day. I'm like, all right, well, let's get her again. But Joe Biden, a lot of people I'm talking to, even Democrats, say, man, I can't believe they're trying to pull the wool over the African-American community's eyes. Joe Biden started the 94 crime bill, and Kamala Harris, in the largest state in the union, was the chief prosecutor of throwing people in jail for these minor nonviolent crimes. How many people have you seen, even in our area here, that got slammed with crazy sentences because of the 94 crime bill?
Oh, I mean, there was a whole pool of them at that time. I mean, obviously, you know, President Trump, because he's so smart with Jared Kushner, did prison reform, post-conviction reform. So a lot of those people that were incarcerated for 983 years because of marijuana, their sentences were, you know, commuted and they were let out. I mean, that's the epitome of nonviolent crime. You know, especially in this day and age where everybody's smoking cannabis, right? But I mean, to say that Kamala Harris was not a prosecutor, it's just because she was a prosecutor at the time and she wasn't a politician. You know, like I always say, if you're the sanitation guy, your job is not fancy, right? So at the time, her job was to be a prosecutor, so she prosecuted. She wasn't in the pocket of, you know, Soros left, but now obviously she has a condo there.
She was, she may not have been in the pocket of Soros, but she was definitely in the pants of Willie Brown, former San Francisco mayor, because she elevated to that position by, you know, being the side piece to the mayor of San Francisco. That's, to me, strange.
Yeah. I mean, that, you know, that leaves a lot to be desired.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, they're putting this person out there as this great person, and there's a lot of things pointing to, you know, she put like 1,500 people in jail for literally smoking weed, and at the same time didn't go after, you know, pedophile priests in the Catholic Church.
You know, listen, you know, to be honest with you, John, she's the epitome of a career politician at this point. And look at Biden. I mean, God, if he gets into office, he's going to have one of those convenient Clinton embolisms like 3 weeks after he gets in. And then lo and behold, you're going to have her as the president of the United States. And, you know, to be honest with you, the two of them, in 1977, he said he didn't want his kids going to school in a jungle. And apparently that's no longer relevant. But if I said it or you said it, or God forbid our president said something like that, it just would never end, right?
No doubt about it. And you know what, Michelle, not for nothing, I guarantee you, you couldn't get a life insurance policy on Joe Biden right now for any amount of money. No. You couldn't get a life insurance policy on him, because this thing starts going in the wrong direction and Biden wins, he don't even make it to Halloween. Trust me.
No, he's definitely not making it to Halloween. It's going to be one of those convenient little Epstein things.
Yeah, no, I think it's really crazy. Hey, there was one thing that I know you wanted to talk about that people, you know, they gloss over a lot of this stuff now. But Kamala Harris, at one point, promoted a group that actually put up bail to get violent criminals out of jail, right?
Yeah, I mean, actually, it's really run by Governor Cuomo's ex-wife, the mother of his children, Kerry Kennedy. It's the RFK Foundation. Essentially, everything branches off of that. But yeah, I mean, and they're not licensed to do bail. I mean, they're not bail agents like me and my brethren. You know, so they just they're like, you know, those really, really rich people that have nowhere to put their money, and they like the Metropolitan Museum of Art and stuff. So now they're doing this social justice stuff. So they're just bailing out everyone. When they were coming off Rikers, John, you know, they were giving them cake and balloons when they got off Rikers Island. Could you imagine? Did you ever hear of anything so bad, crazy?
So at the same time, wow, thank you for not cursing this week. That was amazing. You actually bleeped yourself. I like that. Well, listen, I don't know. People watching all around the country. There's all kinds of craziness going on in blue cities and blue states. But also, Michelle, in New York, they were giving them a cell phone and Met tickets.
Oh, Madonna. I mean, it's unbelievable. This de Blasio's a bozo animal. I was reading something today that his wife has like a staff of 9,000 people, and everybody gets a nice, healthy, chunky salary. I mean, the two of them need to be ousted to an island somewhere in the Pacific with no boats.
It is crazy. All right. Well, Queen, thank you so much. I saw, I follow you on Facebook. I'm completely enamored with your whole unbelievable, larger-than-life style, and I love when you come on with us. It really makes me happy when I see you on the rundown. Thank you.
Me you too, and give my love to Frankie.
I sure will. That's Michelle Esquenazi, the bail bond queen of New York and New Jersey, and the president of the National Bail Bond People Association. So she knows where the rubber meets the road, that's for sure.